Message from divine feminines to divine masculines. I can hear the bells. And you know, some of them feel like you, like you're so close. Like little, not quite alarm bells, little fairy bells that just tinkle, a little intuitive whisper. And they come in and they push away the doubts, and they show me in the moments of silence in between where I've been procrastinating my own work. I recognize where I've been in my own ego, where I've been too emotional. I've been having my own breakthroughs though, and I see stability in myself, and as I see it in myself, I see it in you. And yes, I know that you've been up to some things you really shouldn't have gotten yourself into, but I know that you've had a hard time learning to follow your intuition, and that you've had some things to heal before you could really even understand how to communicate with me. But I've been watching you, and I see that you're growing. I see that you're building. I hear through the grapevine so many things you're doing, and that you're checking up on me, and spirit fills me in regularly, and I know you're worried that I'm upset with you, and I know you're wrapped in some karmic cycles with some people that make it hard for you to think and hard for you to sleep, but I also know that spirit wouldn't have put you where you are if it didn't believe that you could do and be so much more than you have been. It's hard for me when we're not talking, when I know that I can't just come and see you and sweep you up in my arms and say, let's start over. Let's get you out of that situation. You don't deserve to be stabbed in the back so much. Nothing you could have done is worth you being there. You are a king. You deserve to be treated like one. And the minute that you see that is the minute that we can really enjoy life. I know that you're afraid to be alone. I know that you're scared of how much of a jerk you've been, especially to me, but I also know that I see you starting to mature. I know you're starting to feel it too. You're still kind of pushing away that intuition, but I know that it's a little voice that will, how do I put it? I know that the momentum is there. I know that you've been watching me, and I know that we reflect each other. And I know that you're seeing that the seeds that you tried to plant out there, they're not going to manifest into what you thought you wanted. It's just instability. But I also know that spirit has the best sense of humor, and that everything you're learning is bringing you back to me. And I focus on that more than I focus on anything else. I don't think about the juggling. There's no other options for me. I don't need a new beginning. My guiding light is just fine. I am happy waiting for you to come back to me. And I'm working on myself too, because I recognize that I have not always been the easiest person to be with. I've had my own fiery messages, and I've certainly thought about my options. I recognize now that I am an empress, and I could choose to go in any direction I want, but I don't want any other options. I like thinking about you, even if you never became my emperor. You're still divine. I love that playful side of you, and to be honest, at this point, no apology would even be needed if you'd just come to me ready to start anew and not worry about what anybody else says. Let go of that confusion. You know where your heart has been leading you. And I know, and Spirit knows, and it's all gonna lead back to reunion. But, my love, it's not gonna happen until you're ready to look within. Until you're ready to stop thinking about what you lack. And I have to think about that a fair amount too. I know I've been rather guarded. I've been worried that when you come back to me, you're still going to reflect the parts of me I don't like about myself. That selfishness, running around, the codependency. I don't want to be that person anymore, and I am so ready to accept you back, but I worry about the hidden things, the things you've not been telling me, that I know intuitively are there, but I'm trusting in Spirit, and I'm trusting in my heart more than what I see or know in the 3D. Because even though there's been a lot of greed and a lot of selfishness on both our parts, I know that if I follow my heart, and if I keep working on learning how to fill my own cup and standing in my own right and manifesting, it might be a little bit slow, but I also know you can be quite a slowpoke. And I've been learning to enjoy kind of the absurdity of that ride, and I'm kind of liking what's been growing in my garden, especially since I started reflecting on what else I want besides my divine masculine. It's kind of healing, you know? And it's helped me to glow up, and I know that I, in some strange sort of way, have become this beacon of light for you. I've been starting to dream lately of that legacy, of that family, of that stability, and it fills me with courage. And I don't care if you come back to me divine or as a beast. I feel like I know how to control my own reactiveness, that even if you come to me as impetuous, as bratty, as catty, that we'll just turn it into playful banter, and we'll find a way to build, like playing instruments badly until music comes out of it. We've always sort of done that, haven't we? I don't feel trapped anymore, but I can see that you do. And I feel like in many ways you're projecting that onto me, that you feel like I must feel trapped, but I feel complete. I feel free. I feel like I'm just kind of learning to allow in and be receptive to all these interesting energies there are in the world. And I can't deny, I think about you often, and I see that you've gotten yourself into some hairy situations that are a little bit harder to get out of than just saying, I'm done. But thankfully, Spirit sees that you're ready. And it's already been bringing in things. I've been seeing it, and you've been confirming it, and I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. I know that you've had to defend a lot, and that it's made it hard for you to communicate, and I know that you're worried about me finding out the truth, but I want you to know that know something about you that others don't. I know the truth. I know what your heart really wants, and I know what mine really wants, and it's just time to stand in your power. It's time to think about what it is you really want to create. What it is that it's time for you to follow your dream, to stop worrying about the things that your mother told you when you were younger and that you've told yourself that have kept you from following your joy. It's time to wake up. And I don't know, I mean, I think it's definitely time to reconcile, but I understand that you still got some aftershocks of emotions to deal with and that you still need to heal, and there's a part of me that does too, but I've already forgiven you. I did that work in my heart early on, and right now you need to worry much more about forgiving yourself than earning my forgiveness. I know you tried to trick me. I know that you tried to plot and plan, and you thought that you could talk your way out of it and run away and hide. But I also know that karma got you. That's the way that karma works. But it's a good thing because I also know you've learned to have boundaries that you didn't have before, that kept you from expressing your emotions because you just didn't feel safe enough. And I can't wait until you're ready to just let it all down and share everything with me. Because once you're ready to release the burdens that you've been holding on to, especially the one that you've had over your heart, it's going to unleash a certain type of creativity. I wish I could explain it, but sometimes spirit holds the stick and says no. He needs to learn it on his own. And he is. Have faith in him. Just be patient. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that, and I feel like I'm learning it, but it's hard not to obsess. I picture us together often, I admit. But I know that these lessons, not only are they helping us recognize that our connection together is something different, something eternal, something alive, but it's also helping us to heal and own all of our humanity, not just the light, the dark too. And, well, we needed that. And you know what? I know that somehow it's bringing us back to who we were before we got hurt. And I don't know, the fragrance of that emotion is just so powerful that, I don't know, I guess it kind of helps me move forward. Helps me not worry about what's in the 3D right now and to just keep focused on what my heart wants.